Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today is day 8 of switching from Nvidia to AMD. So I've got some good news tonight. I actually did figure out what the problem was with my stuttering. So, um, this is a weird one. When I first bought the pre-built, I had 16 gigs of RAM in there. I bought two other sticks that were completely different memory, put those in the other PC, and that ran, from what I could gather, ran pretty good. Well, this one here, when I first got it, I put those four sticks in there, and then I went out and I bought two other sticks because I was having the little stuttering problem with that. I got the two new sticks. I put those in there. Those are optimized for Intel, so I'm thinking maybe I need to get some that are optimized for AMD. Well, to make a long story short, I put the two Kingston ones back in the PC, and I got all those games running perfectly. Like, they were running perfectly. So I was like, you know what? I want to try something else. So I put the other two sticks back in there to try to get to 32, and it started going crazy again. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just pull those back out and just leave the two Kingstons in there. Well, the problem still persisted after taking those two out and leaving the Kingstons in there. So I was like, what the heck? So then I put the other RAM back in there, and I'm still having the same problem again. So I think this is just either the board is messed up, and it just happened to briefly recognize that memory until I screwed with it again. Or it's the, well, see, I don't know. Could it potentially be the memory? So pretty much I got it working, so I know it's probably not the graphics card. I got that working. So it's obviously something, either wrong with the board or the memory. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to buy some more memory, and I'm going to try that. And if that doesn't work, then I guess I will be taking out the board and taking that back to Best Buy and getting a new one or something, or maybe I'll just reset the BIOS or something on it, just completely reset it, and and try that first. So, but for the most part, I wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to let you guys know that, like, I've kind of figured out the problem. I know that it has to either do with the memory slots or the memory or the memory. And that's pretty cool, because when I got it working, it was working amazing, and I was like, yes, finally, it's fixed. But then I started screwing with it again, like always, So, so that's the train of thought that I'm on right now. Get this memory thing situated, get some more memory, try to get it up and running, and get it going good again, and then see how that goes. So, for the most part, I want to talk a little bit about this PC that I built. Now, I have been on this kick for 8 days now, obviously with the whole memory thing, but there's other things that are good about this PC that I haven't talked about, because this one nagging issue has kept me preoccupied. So I want to go over a little bit of the things that I have noticed immediately after building this PC. When I'm using my stuff to do my channel, 100% awesome experience. All the recording software in the Adrenaline software is really, really good, really intuitive. A lot of stuff to play around with. I can have my camera in there while I'm recording games. There's there's a lot more accessibility in that suite than I didn't give it credit for, and I'm really liking that. Like, that's a big win for the AMD side of things. Now, another thing, the AV1 encoding is simply incredible. It does a lot better job from what I was using on the Nvidia platform. But the new 40 series cards do have the AV1, so that would have been something that I would have been able to use and utilize. But the biggest thing is that AV1 is baked right into the AMD software, so that's even a bigger bonus. I just go in there and I select AV1 and I can record in that, and then when I upload it, it's a lot faster to upload, and I feel like the quality is just a little bit better Now I know you guys can't see me. Let me turn this light on so that you guys can see me a little better. I forgot it got pretty dark pretty quick, so I'll turn that light on. For the most part, I would say, okay, so let's look at some of the other things that are pretty good. I went over some of this, during the live stream earlier tonight as well, like while we were live. But on the Nvidia side, I would get fluctuations within about a 40 FPS range. It would have like its bottom point, like usually right around 60 points or whatever, but it would just go up and down within a 40 FPS range. That would it's not like it was unstable because of like G-Sync or whatever. So I mean, it felt fine for the most part, but those fluctuations were so big that it just was like, okay, wow, I mean, like it never just sat at a stable frame rate for very long. Well, with the AMD card, with the 7900 XT, that line it fluctuates maybe 10 FPS, so it holds a more stable line throughout my gameplay sessions, unless it's one of the games that I was having that I'm having the memory issue with. And that right there, it just goes to show me that, like, even though the memory is messed up on some of these games, it still works on some of the other ones. And I think the ones that are more CPU hit are the ones that are having a little bit more problem with that. Games like, Elden Ring and other things, they just kind of seem to be less optimized for the CPU side of things. The ones that are less optimized CPU wise are the ones that seem to have that problem in there. So when it comes to like overall stability of gameplay on the 7900 XT, like I really do like that. I like that more consistent, that more consistent frame rate that stays pretty close to being the same with only like a small fluctuations in the FPS. That's really nice. I really do like that. And that's the case. Like say I'm in one spot where the frame rate is just really high, there's not a lot of demanding stuff, that frame rate will stay high. If I go to another area and it's a little bit heavier, then the frame rate, it'll drop accordingly, and then it'll stay pretty steady for the most part. That right there is something that like kind of blew me away, and that's one of the better things that I've been like, wow, this is really cool. And overall, if I had to rate my overall experience right now with the AMD card, I'm going to say that it is about 90%, like 90% good, with just that one little problem that kind of just keeps nagging at me, that has pretty much occupied my time for the last week now. And to me, that's kind of frustrating. And I was pretty much at the point, like the other night, where I kind of just was like, whatever, I'm done with it. And then, this morning I made the video, because I'm not done with AMD yet. I'm not done. I know I got a lot of people still telling me to just go back to Nvidia, but I want to give AMD a fair shot. Like I do. I want to give them a fair shot because, like I just said, overall 90% of my experience has been positive. It has been positive, but it's that one, like that little nagging issue that now that I've actually figured out what it could potentially be, because I had this thing running smoothly, and I'm gonna upload the video so that you guys can see. I had it running at 4K, and then I had it running at 1440p, so I got two video captures of that game running at two different resolutions, a lot smoother without any of the problems. So I know that there's a way to fix this, and that gave me hope. That made me happy, and I'm actually a lot more happy about that now than I was before, because I was just kind of in the dark. Well, I'm not in the dark anymore. I kind of have a plan of action now as to where this is going to go, and to me that is pretty cool. Like I like being able to I like when things are I don't really like when things are like out of my control. Like I don't like that. Like I can go to work and I can work on engines, I can work on electricity, I can work on all kinds of stuff at work, and then I come home and I'm playing around with this and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know, and it's just so nerve-wracking because that's what I do at work all day is I fix things, and then when I come home I just want to relax and enjoy things. I don't want to have to keep my brain going 100 miles an hour trying to figure stuff out. And I'm glad that I had that idea to just put those two 16 gig sticks back in there just so I could check that out and see and that's just something that I hadn't done yet. But I'm glad that that went in there. I'm glad that that worked, and I hope that as I continue to play around with this, that maybe I can that maybe we can that maybe I can figure this out and get it 100% up and running and doing really good. Because when I was just playing Ghost Recon and I had the frame rate going good, that was amazing. It felt great. It was an incredible experience. I've got everything all maxed out and I'm running around and I'm just like, wow, this is pretty freaking awesome. And I like that feeling. I like the smoothness that I'm getting out of the AMD card. It really does feel good. And actually, you know what, man? Right after I was about to shut down the PC to put in those other two sticks of memory, I got another Windows update. So that might have broke something again too. Like, these Windows updates come all the time, and now I'm back to not being able to even get the Kingstons working. So I'm wondering if maybe something else got kind of messed around. I don't know, but at least I have something to kind of look into and to like really explore and try to figure out what's going on. That made me happy. I'm having a lot better time with it, and pretty much I was just gonna experience the good stuff that is working right now, and kind of hoping and waiting the driver support comes and fixes things a little more. So if that's the case, now I feel like I got to fix this memory thing and figure out what's going on. But overall, the experience is pretty dang good. Like, I would say it's about 90%. Like I said, I don't really care much for these little nagging problems, and that kind of does frustrate me sometimes. So I really do appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate all the suggestions that everybody's given me and all the help that everybody's trying to give me. And I am trying your guys' solutions and trying to figure this out, and I feel like it's a team experience. So if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.